Hello, I'm Christian Schuh and this is Procurement in the Park. So you have been made CPO and now what? Do you just want to support other functions as your predecessor did in all likelihood? Or do you want to be an active agent who advances the fortune of the company? If you want to be the latter, and I recommend you to aspire for that, you need to effectively shape and influence a vast network of internal and external stakeholders as shown here. So when working with your external and internal stakeholders, cost apparently will be a super important topic. And it will hit you twice. It will hit you before SOP. So before SOP, you need to work very diligently with your suppliers, with engineering, and with manufacturing to ensure cost transparency. So you definitely want to award new business at reasonable cost. But even more importantly, cost will hit you during production. And here it is paradigm that you closely interact with finance, so that you measure your cost down performance in a way that is accepted by finance and that you take full responsibility for all external costs. So I have seen a lot of procurement functions that managed some kind of artificial internal KPIs that were not very relevant for finance. So work closely with finance, with engineering, with manufacturing to have good control of all external costs. So if you can do that, then you will already have won at least with the finance function, and the CFO will be your most important ally. So procurement is of course much more than just managing cost. One super important priority is ensuring continuity of supply. So ensuring that you get the right products and the right quality and the right quantity at the right point in time. And this is where procurement has to work very closely with suppliers and manufacturing. One word of caution here. So I have seen procurement organizations going overboard with this topic. So they have focused so much on this that they neglected everything else. And a good way of avoiding this is ensuring that you select the right suppliers, that you enable these suppliers, that you drive engineering to design products in a way that can actually then be manufactured by suppliers and shipped by suppliers. So the more front loading you do, the easier managing continuity of supply will be, and the more time and energy you will have to focus on really value-adding activities. So speaking of value-added activities, the CFO is of course not just interested in you managing cost in a responsible way, but what the CFO really wants to see is profitable growth. And in order to achieve that, you need to mitigate between the innovations you can bring from your suppliers, your understanding of the demands and wishes of your customers. And yes, I'm serious about it. I believe that procurement should play a strong role in anticipating what customers want. Procurement is uniquely qualified for that task, because by talking to suppliers, you know what your competitors are doing, and that will help you to put a healthy counterweight to the ideas and plans of product marketing. So if you can really bring this together, if you can take the innovation you see at the suppliers, if you can, and with the help of suppliers, anticipate what might or would delight your customers, if you then can also convince product marketing of your plan, of your course of action, then you will set the company on a path towards sustainable, profitable growth. So to summarize, you have a pretty comprehensive network of internal and external stakeholders. And you don't want to be a passenger on this journey. And an old friend of mine once said the key qualification for a CFO is that the CFO should be able to replace the CEO. And I believe the same holds true for the CPO. So you as the new CPO, think yourself as the CEO in waiting. So as the CPO, if you really understand your mandate in terms of taking the company forward, you have almost as much influence as the CEO of the company does. And if you would like to dive deeper into this topic, I strongly recommend the book The CPO that I co-authored with a couple of friends and colleagues. And if you would like to discuss the role of the CPO with me, let me know down below and I will get back to you within 24 hours. Thank you. Bye.